Hello again. So for this project I used a pattern that I bought from PINCUTSEW Studio, and it's for a book sleeve, and I thought these are really cute. I do sewing classes with children and adults, and I thought that I would make up some little kits for the children to make these little book sleeves. So in the paper bag like this, I cut out the fabric and the fleece. This is like a very thin fleece. I actually buy these as little blankets. I get them in like a pound shop or a dollar store, but we have pound shops in the UK. So the two pieces of fleece are cut out. 2 pieces of, and what I've got is Mickey Mouse fabric. I'll give you the measurements in a second. 2 pieces of those. Let's have a look. 2 pieces. And 2 pieces of the stripe. So this is double, but it's so hard to pull apart because it all looks the same. 2 pieces of the stripe. So the pattern then I bought from PINCUTSEW Studio. And they have 3 sizes, and they have the large, which is a 9.5 by 11.5, the medium, which is 7.5 by 10.5, and the small, which is 6.5 by 5.5. And I think in this video, I made the medium and the small. I've made one big one, and that actually fits my iPad. The bit large one fits my iPad as well. So not only can you use them for books, you can use them for your tablets as well. And the instructions are really easy to read. The pictures there. I'm actually quite a confident sewer. Oh, and there's a video as well. You can see a video on her YouTube channel. But I'm quite a confident sewer, so as soon as I got the measurements and got a gist of how to do it, I put them together. So they had all my pattern pieces, and again I cut 2 or 3 out. I mean, for the children in their little kits, I've cut probably about 10 or 15 out. And I decided what books were going to fit in, because I wanted to take 2 that were already made up for the children so they can see what they look like, and then they can choose to sew one. So the first thing I did was got the fleece. I'm watching the video at the same time. Got the fleece and the fabric, and I sewed, because it's not a fusible fleece, I just sewed that on, and then I pressed it and then trimmed it. So sewed it all the way round. Sometimes I'll just sew 2 ends, but I was trying to, you know, be quite careful and have these quite neat so I can show the children and their parents. At the sewing classes, the parents stay with the children, so they get to learn as well, and you know, I'm quite happy for them to join in. We have all of our own sewing machines, and the children just come along and pick, and we have loads of fabric. A lot of our fabric is donated. People either donate it at the community centre because they know that we do sewing. People from work will give me bits and pieces. And I've said before, we use a lot of duvet covers as well. So that stripe, none of these are duvet covers. These are fat quarters or fabric. So that's what I do with all of the pieces. Sew the lining on, and then begin to sew the, make 2 bags then out of that. So yeah, I had a bag in the Mickey Mouse fabric, and then a bag in the stripe fabric to put inside each other. Again, it's much easier to do a slit at the bottom, leave a slit at the bottom, turn it out inside out. Otherwise it's going to get a little bit messy at the top. You know, you can't be accurate at the top. A good tip for this, for these book sleeves, and I'm just trying to see if there's one in there, is what she's used on these is a hair bobble on some of them. I can't see it on these, but she did use a hair bubble. So you can see that I've used a hair bubble in the video, but here's one as well. So I sewed that hair bubble inside, and then I can use it with a button. I think on the video I hadn't sewn the buttons on, but these are those little handmade buttons that says handmade on them. Sorry, going out of focus. So that's the medium sized one, and I ran out of the yellow there, so I had to patch it. And this is the little tiny one. And actually what's quite good is you can see the size of the book in here. This is a Jacqueline Wilson little book, so that's the size. And this is why I brought it, because I know a number of my children that I work with read those size books. And then I've found the bigger one. So this is the bigger one that I made, and I used some different fabric for this one. And again, that's got a pink hair bubble, and that's just lined with some white fabric, and again the same fuse, and then that's got a big hard back book in it, but that's quite big, so you can see that, you know, in comparison to the size, that's quite a big one.